It's not until a woman realizes that a man will communicate with the woman that he likes. It's not that men have issues communicating.
A man will
it's
do
that
any and everything y'all say men don't do with the woman he likes.
Yeah, you know how many men... Did you hear what he just said?
No, a man will do everything that y'all say men don't do and men ain't capable of, and ain't no more men like this. He would do all that without having to be prompted.
Yeah.
And he would do it with joy and glee for the woman he actually liked. And so sometimes it ain't, he won't do it for you.
Half of Gen Z men no longer actively even trying to date. They're not even trying. And so the question is, well, why is that happening for women? Women, first off, are dating older, where they want more economically and emotionally viable men, and that usually means older men. In addition, when young women are lonely, they have much better social networks. They have much stronger friend networks, whereas guys become kind of lone wolves and kind of literally sequester from everyone and everything.
There are men out there that maybe second time around, they just want to sail off into the sunset. That needs to be your dating pool. But if you're a 35, 36, 37-year-old woman thinking you're going to get a 35, 36, 37-year-old well-to-do man, it's not going to happen. Right. It makes sense for him to choose a younger woman.
Sure. I think so last question for me,
okay.
And this has been great,
Thank you.
is the type of woman that you've talked about. If I were to kind of put it in a category.
At some point in time, keep on complaining about men not being chivalrous and men not being traditional. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. You need to line up, or a man is not going to tolerate it.
There's a certain type of man that can still pull any woman he wants, but most women won't be able to pull him. You're not going to find him at the club, on dating apps, and you definitely won't find him at the strip club. You will, however, find him at the country club, at a cigar shop, or at a nice bar sipping his favorite whiskey alone, or at some place that provides the experience of all three. This guy's confident, he's secure, and he's highly respected wherever he goes. This guy is the gentleman, a rare breed in today's society, and definitely the pinnacle of the modern masculine man. And as a gentleman, we always keep it LPG.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
We step into relationships with women and we expect them to give absolutely everything that they have to offer. But the reality is we're not offering the same. A woman picks up on his lack of energy, his lack of commitment, his lack of making even a little bit of an effort. And guess who holds her accountable to that? The wrong man holds her accountable to that. So even though he didn't come with his best foot forward, he's looking at her to give her absolute best effort. Now we have a whole narrative created around women. They not stepping to me correctly. They not trying. They not giving absolutely everything they need to give. But the right man knows that you're only going to get out of a woman what you put into her.
They're not even pursuing relationships. And the problem with not having a romantic relationship is that while there's this cartoon of a woman in her 30s who's alone and never found love and is living with cats and what a tragedy, she's actually doing okay. When women don't have a romantic relationship, they oftentimes pour that energy back into work and friends. When men don't have a relationship, they oftentimes pour that energy into porn, conspiracy theory, misogyny. In some, they just become citizens. So it ends up that men need relationships more than women, Billy. A widow is happier after her husband dies. A widower is less happy after his wife dies. Women in relationships do live longer, 2 to 4 years, but men much longer, 4 to 7 years.
I think another one of the issues is that when you listen to these modern women and the things that they say, it's always that a man has to be finished while you is still a work in progress. Do you think that's fair that a man has to deal with you and your BS while he has to be the perfect specimen?
Women don't really need men anymore, unfortunately. And here are the reasons why. In today's day and age, guys think they go to work, they come home, they play their video games, they watch their football games, they hang out on the couch playing with their phone, they go out with their friends, and that is their day. What do women bring to the table? They take care of the house, everything looks great, take care of the kids. Hey, by the way, are we going to the parent-teacher conference? No, mom's going. Hey, did you schedule that doctor's appointment? Mom's got it. Guys, we've got to bring more to the table. If you want to feel needed and wanted by women these days, do everything like they do. Match their energy.
This generation is so cooked. People are legitimately standing behind the statement that you have to accept infidelity to have a long-term relationship with somebody. Are you stupid? Listen to me, I would happily be single for the rest of my natural life than accept infidelity. Happily.
As an 18-year-old wife, here are 3 reasons you should get married young. Number 1, we get to grow up together and build the life we dream of together. We didn't come into our relationship with separate lives we had already built. We're just starting off fresh and together. Number 2, we get to start a family when we are at our peak energy and peak health in life. We'll be chasing kids around and having sleepless nights when we're still young and have the energy to do that. And let's be real, most people our age are out all night anyways. And lastly, I didn't have to date countless men and get my heart broken before meeting my husband. My husband is my first and will be my only love. Let me know your thoughts, as I know this is a controversial take in our society.
You know, you're listening to these lists and what modern women say they want, but really give them 4 or 5 years and they'll be tired. I'm tired of having to carry this load. I'm tired of having to do this all myself. It's been 5 years. It's been 2 years. And I'm already tired, boss. Exactly.
My boyfriend's at the shops and he called me to ask if I wanted anything and I said no. If he walks through that f***ing door without a treat for me, he's going to have the worst night of his life.
So if that man respects your boundaries, he's going to have the worst night of your life. Okay, so does this go for everything? No, I'm not in the mood for that. He should just override you? So you're gonna punish him for being honest, for listening to you, for hearing you. If men made this video, he would be in so much trouble. Like, you'd be calling the police. Oh, she's gonna have the worst night of her life if she doesn't make the dinner that I want her to. Yeah, because that's totally acceptable. Healthy relationships are built on clarity. And if you play all these little games and I'll have all these little tests for him and you expect him to magically read your mind, your relationship's gonna fall apart or be incredibly unhealthy and toxic long term. A good man is going to hear you say, no thank you, I don't want anything. And most likely he will not get you anything. Now, if you want something and you want it to be a surprise, just say that. Let me guess though, when roles are reversed though, it's okay if you don't get him anything, right?
I've talked about this twice in the past 2 days. Men don't get compliments. After talking about it once, I had this gentleman come up to me in the store. And he said, hey, I don't mean any disrespect. I'm not trying to hit on you. I just want to let you know that you look really good today. And it was probably one of the most wholesome interactions I had. Because he really genuinely is just likes to compliment people. And I looked back at him and I said, I would really love to be able to compliment guys more, mutually without any weirdness. Because guys don't get compliments. And he's like, yeah, I still remember compliments I got from middle school, grade school. Because they don't ever get them. I'm about to be out here slinging compliments if I can figure out a way to be nice, but set my boundaries so they don't think I'm hitting on them because I'm married.
I think the thing that gets a lot of men is that a lot of these modern women actually expect them to continue taking the gamble when they continue to lose. You know what I mean? I continue to get nothing back. It'd be one thing if I was hitting on something. Oh man, I hit on something. Why not try it again? But I've never hit on anything. Why would I continue to take that gamble?
The devil hates a happy marriage. Let's just say it out loud. He hates a wife who supports her husband. He hates a husband who is trying to do the right things. He wants divorce. He wants single motherhood. He wants a home with no father figure. Because when the father is removed, the whole house becomes easier to attack. The wife becomes more vulnerable. And the enemy knows that a strong, united marriage builds strong, united families. So wives, our prayers over our husbands are so much more than keeping him safe on the drive or at work. We are praying over the calling on his life. We are praying over his strength, his clarity, his leadership, his spirit. We are covering our home through him. Because when he stands strong, the whole house stands stronger. The enemy wants weakness. He wants distance. He wants cold marriages and tired hearts. But he cannot have your home. Not when you pray, not when you fight spiritually, not when you go to war for the man you married. So tonight, lift him up. Speak life over him, because your marriage is worth protecting, and the devil knows it.
And another thing you have to understand is that modern women, they keep on trying to make men feel guilty about backing up, about not helping, about protecting themselves, staying to themselves. That's a form of protection. Well, how come a man won't protect me? How come a man won't provide? How come a man just going his own way? Because you've shown that man that you're a bona fide problem. You've shown that man that you're not safe to be around. You've shown that man that you can't keep your mouth closed, especially when it matters. And I'm not about to put myself in danger messing.
That guy can and will change. But he will not change for anybody. He will only change for one woman. It is the one to him. And he almost has an epiphany in the moment or in that season of, oh my God, I cannot believe I almost lost her. And then his life flashes before his eyes. And then he sees that I do value her, but I have not been honoring her. And so I have to make the changes and evolve in such a way that I put things in place that I do not allow any other risk to come into this relationship and potentially ruin the best thing I have going. So that's the one guy that gets caught up. Okay. And he only changes for one woman, for the one for him.
Ladies, if your goal is to get married, then do not spend more than 1 year on a guy. Okay, many studies have shown that a guy knows if he wants to marry you within the first 6 months. What this means is by the end of the first year, he should have taken you to meet his mama. By the end of the second year, he should have proposed already. And yes, he might tell you that he wants to get married someday, but not to you. And if you're pushing marriage and he's hesitant, he probably thinks he can do better than you. And he probably will. After you're 5 to 10 years in, he's gonna meet someone younger and prettier and leave you. You're gonna be devastated. You're gonna go into a depression because for years you sacrificed your needs, your time, and your fertility on a guy who was never gonna marry you in the first place. Spending more time with him will not change his perception about you. So get smart. Don't be stupid.
A lot of men are moving differently. A lot of men are moving silently. You can call it checking out. Really, honestly and truly, when you think about it, men don't really actually check out of society. They're not actually checking out of society. They're because they still live in society. They still work in society. They still have family that's in society. They still have friends that are in society. Whether it's a girlfriend or a guy friend, they still have those people that they go and talk to, they engage with. Brothers are going for hikes, walking in the woods, camping, hunting, going and playing basketball, getting involved in a plethora of different hobbies. What they're actually checking out of is the society that you created, the society that you want him to live in. And he's essentially saying, I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to sign up for that. I've already seen my brother or my homeboy or my dad or whoever, even myself. I've kind of tried to opt into your world to understand how you run things. But then when I ask you to come into my world, all of a sudden it's a problem. If we can't get on the same page in that regard, then why do I need to keep on trying?
If you're a single man and you go to Latvia, okay, you might want to be approached, but if you're married, you absolutely stay clear of Latvia. If you're a married man and you go there with a ring on your finger, it doesn't matter. The girls will literally, like animals, pounce. If you're a foreign man, you got a wedding ring, even more of a challenge. And trust me, these Latvian girls love a challenge. I mean, they're in constant competition because there's just not enough men. They crave men like you, married or not. Do you know how many men I know who have been married, gone on a lad's trip because there was a couple of single guys who wanted a woman, ended up cheating, having an affair, oh no, a bun inside the Latvian woman's oven, boom, divorced, because he only went on holiday and then got another family, you know. Happens all the time. Just be careful.
Who changed my life because I had been studying men for about 6 months and unknowingly was using everything I was learning against them. I became better at attacking them and manipulating them because of what I'd learned about them. And Ellen called me at Ending Hunger Orange County, which is the organization I was the head of, and said, Allison, men are attracted to you like bees to honey. And when you're done with them, it's as if they've been with a vampire.
Wow.
I'm like, little old me? And she proceeded to tell me about every time she'd seen me emasculate a man, diminish a man, take the wind out of his sails, every time.
What did that look like? Because, and the reason I've got to ask this is I think most women don't even know when they're emasculating a man.
Yeah.
They wouldn't think they're emasculating a man at all.
Can I point out the two tracks where
Yes, I'm sorry.
Here?
Yeah, please
do.
do.
No, because they go together. So all the things we do to try to get a man to love us, we don't have to. And it even gets in the way because men already love us. We don't have to work to get them to love us. If we stop diminishing them, if we stop disempowering them, if we stop making it harder for them to produce the results that they've got to produce, that's what gets in the way. The love part, they grant that. They are born adoring their mothers, looking into those eyes.
A lot of times these modern women got away with the man planning all of this stuff. The flowers, I'll get you flowers. Oh, well, I really don't want to ride with you. I don't really know you. Well, I don't know you, so why would I be buying you flowers? Oh, well, it's different because you need to impress me. Okay, well, then how is it different if we both meet on a level playing field? I don't buy you anything, you don't buy me anything. There's not really any expectation but to come up here and get to know each other. It's a nice gesture if I were to buy you flowers, but it's not something that should be expected because once again, we don't really know each other. We're just feeling each other out. If I like you and we have another date, hey, I was thinking about you. Oh man, I appreciate that. But too many times, modern women are expecting, they feel entitled to this type of behavior. Well, my friends do it. Oh, this person did and that person did it. Actually, what you're not saying is that person might have not started off doing that. Your friend might have not started off doing that for you. And over time, as they got to know you, they started thinking about you more and more. A relationship is...
Would you recommend a man marry a woman from your country?
No, we're like all batshit crazy, I'd say. Yeah.
A man marrying a woman? No, we are witches.
You are what?
Witches.
Yeah, maybe. It depends on the family. I'm still gonna say that.
Okay. Would a man marry a woman from your country?
Yes, obviously, best cooks, they're loyal, they're wifey material, they don't discriminate.
Yes, but that's only if their personality is very strong. Because women in our country are very straightforward. That's it.
About a man marry a woman from your country?
Also fantastic. I love them.
Bueno.
Yes.
Why?
100%.
Why?
We know how to cook.
Yes.
We know how to keep our mans. We know how to serve our man.
Let's go.
So,
a man marry a woman from your country?
Yeah, because we're just the best people. We're very disciplined, we're funny, we have money, we bring the vibe.
Give me some.
No.
It's funny because modern women have this thing to where, say for instance, a man might, stop reciprocating, or he might kind of pull back. From the time that man starts pulling back to the time that she notices, it's going to be relatively quickly, unless she has somebody else. But when he pulls back, and give him about a week. Oh, you're not doing what you used to. I don't know if we're going to make it. Because if a man can't show up like this for me consistently, never mind that you've been showing up for her left and right. The moment you stop showing up, even after you told her, hey, I just feel like I'm not getting anything out of you, she's going to be upset. I don't know if you're the man that I expect you to be. But on the other side, It's been months since she's shown any type of reciprocation. It's been months since she's taken any initiative, since she's done anything for you. But you're supposed to be okay with that because I'm just a girl. And, well, that's not really how it's supposed to be. A man's supposed to lead, and, you're supposed to wait on me, and I'm just going through something. It's not all about you. You need to worry about somebody else, and you need to have empathy, and so on and so forth. Instead of just saying, you know what? Yeah, you're right. I haven't been showing up for you like you've been showing up for me. I'll do better.
A lot of women don't accept the reality that men take respect over love. Any day. Any day, every day of the week and twice on Sunday. Respect me before you love me. And then women position themselves where it's like, well, I'll take safety over love.
Safety, huh?
So as long as I feel safe with you, I don't have to be in love with you. Because I'll marry the man that I respect before I marry the man that I'm in love with.
You know what? When you say that out loud,
she ain't lie.
That makes some sense.
Yeah, no, she didn't lie. I have no rebuttals. Because even the safety, immediately when you said safety, and I'm like, no, in my head, I'm like, no, they want to marry somebody that's financially keeping them safe.
And it's so many different
protect.
It's so many different layers to safety.
But mine, emotional, keeping them safe.
But I don't have to be in love with my husband because I'm not going to always.
You're not going to always.
No. Yeah. But if I'm safe, where the I'm going? I'm right here.
I wish someone had told me this earlier about marriage, but I will tell you 14 years of marriage in 60 seconds. Marriage will humble you. It will stretch you. It will teach you patience that you didn't even know you were lacking. It is not vibes and aesthetics every day. Some days it is love, some days it is pure commitment, and some days it's just God I beg you. You will marry someone you love and still discover sides of them that will shock you, and they will discover sides of you that you didn't even plan to show anybody. See, love is not the hardest part. Staying kind when you are tired is. Staying respectful when you're angry. Learning how to talk instead of aiming to prove a point or win. It is only in marriage that you will know that being right can destroy intimacy. There are seasons where you'll be so close, and there are seasons where you'll be wondering, what am I even doing with this person? That is why you need to be intentional about choosing each other again on purpose. If there's anything 14 years in marriage has taught me is marriage is not sustained by feelings. It is sustained by maturity, prayer, humility, and two people who refused to make each other the enemy. See, if you're married and it's not always sweet, you're not failing, you're learning, you're growing. And in all of this, if you're still choosing yourself, then you're doing better than you think. Save this for later. You will need it.
A lot of these modern women don't know when to be quiet. They don't know when to stop. Just stop talking. They don't know when to shut up. They'll say silly stuff like, well, I don't need a man. I can do it all by myself. And not only have they started saying it, they've started showing men, oh, we actually don't need you. Look at me move this mattress that I got from Casper. It's all rolled up. I was able to push it up the stairs, twist and turn and do all of it, which is fantastic. You're going to need those skills, but you really don't need to broadcast or have a man catch a stray. You really don't even know that. You really don't even need to do that. You can just say, man, look what I've done. Or you can make it as part of your vlog. Oh, I'm just, moving and I got a new mattress. Look, girl, Lisa, I love it, this and that. And instead of just doing that, you bring a man into it and say, oh, well, I really don't need a man. Look what I've done. I've moved my own mattress. I've set up my own bed. Great. That's what they make it for. There's going to come a time in a day where you get tired, where you get exhausted. And guess who you're going to come crying to? The internet. I want a man. Man, I'm just, it's not that I can't do it. Well, you want a man to do it. We got it. We already know the line. We already know the plot. Plot twist, there's no plot twist. You already told us which twist and turn to watch out for. And men see it.
We see the men of the West checking out. And I would love during our Q&A portion if somebody thinks that's a good thing or a bad thing. And if you think it's a good thing, at least you are morally consistent. If you think that the men of a society checking out is a good thing, well, you are getting your goal, because that is what is happening.
I don't like when some men be like, all y'all want is money, all y'all want is this, and all y'all want is that. And you be quick to open up your mouth and ask for a piece of booty, and then get uncomfortable when I mention, oh, you got money? It's not always about money, it's about love. Now it's about love, but it wasn't about that when you wanted to get that booty, your lust ass.
You need to bring more women for your husband. Trust me, the moment you accept this, your life's gonna change. Men need more than one woman, and men crave more than one woman. See, the thing is, we don't want to say this to ourselves. We prefer to say, I'm enough, but it has nothing to do with you. As a matter of fact, when you understand this and have this real talk with your husband, when you understand this, the bond you have with your husband will be unbreakable.
He never begged, not once. And for a long time, I interpreted that as him not caring enough. But I understand now that a man with genuine self-respect does not beg, not because he does not feel the loss, but because his dignity matters to him more than the approval of someone who has already decided to leave. When he let me go without a fight, I thought it meant I did not matter. But it actually meant he respected himself too much to chase something that was walking away from him. And that is not coldness. That is one of the most honest forms of self-love I have ever witnessed.
The minute you stop wanting that ex, all of a sudden he texts you. All of a sudden he calls you. He's now obsessed with you. Back, yeah. Why? You took your energy back. Mm-hmm. The minute you take back your energy from all these things and you are now whole by yourself, those things become attracted to you. And they want to be with you instead of you wanting to be with them. Because nothing likes desperation. Desperation is a repulsive energy. When you are desperate, you have a lack mindset. You don't believe that this earth is abundant. And this earth is very abundant. Mm-hmm. God gave us everything.
If you are a gentle but dominant man, you are lethal to me. And I will fold so quickly to a man that tells me sweet nothings and he's a gentleman and he opens the door for me. But behind closed doors, he is just calling me his beautiful little, and doing just the worst, nastiest things to me. Ooh. Where are you?
That is exactly what we are experiencing. A very haughty, prideful, lustful spirit. I agree with Maggie. I think it's a lack of humility. You know, that you're not going to tell me what to do spirit, but we're going to see how that's going to work out for them. And it doesn't. Women today need a great big dose of humility. They believe that they are more attractive than they are, that they're fitter than they are. Like, they don't live in reality. It is like a mass psychosis when we're talking about modern day women. Yeah. And it's embarrassing. It's actually embarrassing. I'm embarrassed to call myself a woman.
Have animosity towards your partner. What do you think she's in? She's in protectiveness. She's trying to keep herself safe from the animosity that she feels in you. That is wounded life, because that's not your heart speaking. The moment you can remove that and you can go into your heart and you can share from your heart, even if it's hard, what you're dealing with and what you're facing and what you're feeling, that is the feminine. When you drop into your heart and your feminine, you become the leader of your household. The more connected to your heart you are, the more loving you are, the more of a leader and more of a man you actually are. And only then will she ever be able to drop into her feminine. The woman is your heart. Whatever you feel towards her is what you feel towards your heart. You don't have animosity with her. You have animosity for the parts of you that weren't allowed to feel what you actually wanted to feel.
I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this, sister. Fear of rejection and fear of losing access. Two different things. Now, I'm not gonna lie, guys do sometimes have it hard because they're scared of rejection too, just like us. But they also know what they want. If you've ever wondered whether a guy is just scared of rejection or if he just don't want you, Listen up. So Magneta is like this chat GPT style app for women that gives advice on dating and self-love. It's like a big sis. So I asked Magneta, why do guys act interested but then never make a move? Y'all listen to what she said. If he wanted to risk it, he would. Fear of rejection is real, but it doesn't actually stop someone who's decided that you're worth it. Honestly, just think about it. When a guy is really into you, he might be nervous, but he's still gonna do something. He'll be liking your stories or be asking you questions constantly to keep the conversation going. Something. Maybe just pull back for a little bit and then just see what he does. Because someone who maybe is a little bit nervous but still wants you is not going to let the connection. Somebody who doesn't want you is gonna let you go.
Truth. A lot of y'all wouldn't even have no kids if you could only get pregnant if the man that you wanted would marry you. Let me break it down slow for some of y'all. If the only way you could get pregnant was that the man that you wanted, the man you actually want, would have to marry you first, a lot of y'all would not be mothers. You know why? Because a lot of the men that y'all dealt with didn't want you in that way. They only wanted to have you, and you just so happened to get pregnant, and because it was your body, your choice, you got to keep it. But you don't get to dictate marriage. You can dictate keeping that baby, but you can't dictate getting the man that you actually want to marry you. You cannot force him to do that. Either he wants to or he don't. And most of the time, they don't. And they finesse you into not wanting it too, because you know you'll never get it out of them. I know a lot of these conversations go over y'all head, and I have to remember I'm dealing with a group of girls who think that they got high standards because they turned down ice cream dates, but they smashed dudes from Tinder on the same day because he bought.
An idea that needs to be expunged from the female consciousness is that men want a challenge. This is not correct. The idea here is that if a woman is too easy, that is, if she gives the man what he wants without playing games with her interest and her availability and desire, if she doesn't withhold her affection and respect until the guy has jumped through a number of hoops, then that man is going to take her for granted and exploit her as a opportunity and otherwise not consider her to be a viable long-term partner. Now, like most ideas that have permeated the general consciousness, there is some truth to this. However, so we don't get confused, I'm going to ask you, the listener, to create two different compartments in your mind: a chase and a challenge. A chase is not necessarily a challenge, and a challenge is not necessarily a chase. Men don't want a challenge, but they do want a chase, and it's women's conflation of these two ideas that sometimes leads to their lack of success.
You said, why ugly men have high standards for women?
Yeah, I think it's very strange. Like, it's always the fuggliest men that have the most to say.
But who are you to appraise men of how they look? What if they think they're a 10?
Well, again, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I mean, what I might think is a 10, someone might think is, a 5.
But like, maybe these men who you think are ugly, like a lot of women think they're 10s.
Okay,
and so wouldn't it be fair for them to have high standards?
No.
Also, what's wrong with having high standards even if you're not attractive?
I mean, I just think you need to take a good hard look in the mirror and be like, all right, I'm a fugly man and I shouldn't have such high standards.
Should fugly women also think that way?
I don't think women are fugly. I think some are.
So there's fugly men, but not fugly women?
Absolutely.
Are all women 10s?
Sure, yeah.
Are all men 10s?
No.
Interesting how that works.
So stop acting like you want to be alone. You don't have a choice. And I hate when a says, oh, I'm single by choice. No, you're not. You're single by choices. You're single by the choices that you make. You chose to have multiple kids with multiple. That's why you're single. You chose to hang out with single, bitter. That's why you're single. You chose to stay in a relationship with a. Now you are traumatized for life because of that. That's why you're single. All of these are choices. Okay. You're not choosing to be single. And for you that want to convince me and anybody else that you can have any man you want, where is he? Go get him. Exactly. You over here choosing to work on your career and focus on your career rather than focusing on building a healthy relationship with somebody. That's why you're single, bitch. By choices, not by choice. So stop acting like you want to be alone. You don't have a choice.
It's really sad to see that a lot of women be demonizing men nowadays so much. Mainly it be like the feministic women, but y'all understand what I'm saying. Both genders be doing each other. That's just a fact of reality. I just don't like how a lot of women be trying to make it seem like masculinity and being a man is so bad. Like we so this, we so that, right? Let me break something down to y'all. Do y'all realize one of the most things in human existence is feminine? Mother Nature. Mother Nature destroys hundreds of thousands of lives every day. Mother Nature traumatizes both men and women on a daily basis. And it's called Mother Nature. Femininity. It's wild, chaotic, emotional. Like, do y'all get what I'm saying? Life is about duality. I've been trying to explain this to people so much. Masculinity and femininity are both extreme in their own ways. Masculinity and femininity both can be traumatizing in their own ways. Masculinity and femininity both do up in their own ways.
So what's it like dating in Lebanon?
Dating is very hard, actually. Yeah. We think there's no more guys available.
Yeah, because
there's a lot of gays. There's a lot of people who want to play. Yeah, no serious
guys.
So there's no serious guys, there's a lot of gays, and there's a lot of guys that like to play.
Yeah, and we're not wasting our time.
And you're both looking for husbands?
A serious relationship before marriage.
And do you want to date someone from Lebanon, or do you want to date someone from another country?
No, we're open to meeting all kinds of
What do you do for work?
I'm a doctor.
I'm a lawyer.
And a lawyer, okay. So yeah, guys from around the world, like here we go. We got some 2 eligible bachelorettes. How old are you?
Hi guys, I'm 28.
26.
And your name?
It's Joy.
All right, it was so nice meeting you. Thanks for sharing a little bit about dating life here in Lebanon. Ciao.
Ciao.
Somebody asked a question on Facebook, like, do you think we're meant to be monogamous? I've honestly always had this thought, like, even when I was younger, that I think women are, but I don't think men are, like, naturally made to be monogamous. I'm not saying that I will accept it because I kind of understand, or I just feel like it's unnatural for them to be with one woman, because ever since I was younger, I'm like, okay, they look like they're in love. Like, why is it so hard for men to be faithful? I feel like they can really be in love with a woman, really love their family, but still want to have with another woman. I don't know. This is just from my observation in life. For a woman, like most women, when we fall in love, it's easy for us to just only see that man we're in love with. It's easy. A man really has to be tired of living like that. You know what I mean? He has to be at a point in his life where he's like, well, I've been there, done that. I'm ready to settle down. I'm ready to just have my family, or just be really mentally disciplined. So you have to look for traits like that to figure out if that's your man. But most times, like, they're naturally just not gonna want to be with one woman for the rest of their life, and that makes me feel like it's unnatural.
Now, me and one of my friends were just walking the West Side Highway for like an hour, and of course the conversation of dating comes up, and she's like, where are you meeting guys? Like, where are the guys hanging out? Because I do not use dating apps. I have literally been on 2 dating app dates in my entire life, and I have good success in the wild, I would say. And I'm like, you know what? We're asking the question wrong. It's not where am I finding the guys, it's where are the guys hanging out. So if you're a guy in New York City, where are you going? And do not tell me a bar or a club. I am not finding my husband at either of those places. I am going to the bars to have a girls' night. I don't go to clubs, so yeah, girls' night. Where are the guys going? Where can we meet you? If you are a single, eligible bachelor, a good man, where can we find you? And do you want to be found? Because it seems a little questionable when we're out and about. Like, do you even want to be found? We're here. We're right in front of your face. We are under your nose. So approach us. Why are we not approaching?
You're so boom. Self-respect is the foundation of love. Without respect, love fades. Self-respect is simply maintaining your authenticity, maintaining who you are in the face of adversity, in the face of other people. When you bend over for someone, when you people please, when you are a simp, other people lose respect for you. They recognize that you do not have self-respect. they end up not valuing you. And when you sacrifice who you are, your soul gets upset. And slowly over time, these relationships become empty and lonely feeling because you are not truly allowing yourself to be who you are. These are relationships built on performance, performing for one another at the cost of the self. Performance causes relationships, especially romantic ones, to fall apart. They cannot survive without authenticity because the soul will never be happy that way. Have self-respect. Say no. Do not bend over backwards for another person, especially when they wouldn't do the same for you. Be authentic. Make your soul happy. Do not settle for performance and empty relationships. Find real love, not love that is doomed from the start. Watch my YouTube for more. Join my Discord, Drizzle.
What is the difference between a woman that wants to be a wife versus a woman that just wants a husband?
Oh, you know what? I think most of us are bred to just want a husband, whereas to be groomed and trained to be a wife means to understand how to respect masculine energy, how to truly be inside of your feminine, which means trusting the leadership of your partner, because feminine chooses certainty. Feminine doesn't choose flow, because feminine is flow, right? Feminine energy. And we choose to understand that it is our biggest opportunity to seek out the needs of a man without him expressing them. I think a beautiful opportunity for us to empower that man and ride through the storms. I feel like we live in a weak generation where things get hard and people immediately are like, oh, I quit. This is too hard. And that's like, it's never going to hinder you the result you want. If you keep quitting, it's to be groomed as a wife means it's compassion, it's longevity. That's where marriage starts. When you get married, you say, I do, it starts. Whereas other people, it's like when you get married, I made it. No, you didn't make it. You hate that man. You hate that woman. Y'all can't stand each other. You don't care enough to not disrespect each other or call each other out of your own name. You don't care enough to not want to sleep on opposite sides of the bed when there's a problem. You don't care enough to have the hard conversation so that you can move together more powerfully. That's just to have a husband. But when you want to be a wife, things are different, in my opinion.
That's very true. Okay, the studio is for the girls that are low-key losing hope in dating and just convinced that there's no good guys out there. A lot of my content on my profile is a lot of negativity towards men. And I want to say, I don't think all men are bad. I think there's great guys out there. I have a great dad who I really look up to and adore, and he is great to my mom and just a great dad in general. I have great brothers. I have a lot of friends with boyfriends and they are treated very well. I have a lot of guy friends that are great guys. I just want you to know, there is hope. I promise you. Just because you think that there's no other good guys out there doesn't mean you have to settle. Okay? If you're dating someone and you're not being treated well and you're debating on leaving, I promise you there is someone out there that will treat you how you deserve to be treated. So don't settle. Don't just stick around because you're too scared to walk away because you're scared that you won't find someone else. I promise you there's someone for you. I really do believe that there's someone for everyone out there. Honestly, my goal is that I want everyone to just have self-respect. Ultimately, I want everyone to have self-respect, and I don't want anyone to put up with bull crap, because I have, and it's not fun. Got fed up at a certain point, and I gained self-respect, and I don't put up with anything. And I'm so much happier, and now I'm not dating a loser. I just want you guys to not give up hope, because you will find your person. I really do believe it. Okay, love you, bye.
The biggest tip that I give to husbands is when you come home from work, and even if she was also out at work, doesn't matter. These things are inescapable. A man feels beaten down by life, and he walks through the door, and he attempts to take emotional comfort from his wife. As much as she will try to provide it, it will not work. Because that is not how masculine and femininity interact. I tell men, if you want emotional currency, if you want to receive emotional energy from your wife, only way to properly get it in a way that is respectful to both of your inherent roles is that you, the male, invest in her first. And what that means, very, very simple terms, I tell men, even if you come home and you're beaten down by life, walk over to her and make a deposit. An emotional deposit. And the beauty of it is she takes everything you put into her and she infinitely upgrades it. So you don't have to give her a lot. You can give her 30 seconds of sustained eye contact and genuine interest where the phone is off. And if you just give her that deposit, you give her that emotional energy, she gets filled up with that. Like she becomes pregnant with that, and then she'll turn around, she'll give birth to infinitely more emotional energy, which will sustain the relationship and which will give you, the man, that emotional connection that you want. But the mistake that a lot of men make is they approach their wives as takers, and then everybody's frustrated and disappointed and heartbroken. But if a man can be the initiator, then everyone will be happy. And that's what works.
You don't attract a feminine woman by just being yourself. You attract her by becoming the kind of man that she can fully relax into and feel safe around. Always, because femininity isn't something that a woman just turns on. She has it, yes, but it's something that she needs to feel safe enough to surrender into. And most men just don't understand this. You say you want a feminine woman, yet you show up as indecisive, inconsistent, and unsure of yourself. And that energy turns her off, because if you're not grounded, she will be forced to stabilize the situation herself and step into her masculine mode. And that's how women are just wired. Now she's the one planning and deciding and leading the energy. And then you wonder why she's not soft with you, why she's not warm, and why she's not following your lead. But there's nothing steady, though, for her to follow. Leadership is not words. It's calm energy and clear direction that you bring. It's action, staying grounded under pressure, making decisions with confidence and following through with it. And most importantly, consistency. When a woman feels that consistent behavior from you, she's going to stop scanning for danger. Always. She will stop trying to control the dynamic. She will lean back a little bit, and her natural femininity will just flourish on its own. You don't create feminine women by demanding softness from them. You create the conditions for it by removing the reasons that she feels she has to guard herself. So if every woman you meet shows up guarded or masculine, it's not just a coincidence. It's a mirror. It's a reflection of how you're showing up.
And the one thing that modern women will continue to do is talk themselves out of help. They'll continue to talk themselves out of assistance. And they'll continue to let their pride and their ego get them in trouble. I don't need no man. I don't want you to take the lead. Get out of my way. I can do it. Or I don't need no man. I don't need you to provide. I can do this, and this. And when a man step back and say, oh, you got it, because that's a man's nature, is a step back. If you told me you got it, that's what I would do with my friends. I'm trying to help you out. Unless I see you falling over, then I'm not going to help. Okay, he said he got it. That's a boundary that men don't cross. Not a lot of times. If he say he got it, he got it. I don't think he does, but if he says he got it, he got it. Unless he don't, I can clearly see he don't got it. Modern women are the world's best at continuing to show face, to put on a front. And a man said, I wouldn't have it at this point in time. I think she needs help. But she told me not to help. She told me to leave her alone. I can't really tell if she needs help or not. And even when you can see that that woman clearly needs help, once again, there's been some weird stuff going on with these modern women to where you go and try to help them and they turn on you. So everything that I would have done naturally as a man, I'm second guessing myself because you twisted and turned everything with your bad behavior.